Welcome back to Classic Blues and R&B here on another Saturday night as we continue to roll along with our interview here with Mr. Ernie Isley of the Isley Brothers, who has been so gracious to be with us tonight on
Yeah,
our
man. What,
program.
Saturday night in Chicago?
Yeah.
Wait, that's a party if there ain't one.
Yeah.
That's automatically a party. Saturday night in Chicago.
Yeah. And when you guys going to get back up this way, man?
Oh, from what I understand, somebody's, penciling in stuff, and certainly Chicago has always been a place that we've enjoyed playing. We have a very strong and loyal fan base there, and always had a great time in the city of Chicago. Always. It's always been a blast.
Yeah, and how's your brother Ron doing?
Oh, Ronald, he's great.
Or should I say Mr. Big?
No, you can say Ronald. Mr. Biggs is, that's a pseudonym.
Yeah, I got you.
It's wonderful to have it.
Yeah,
But my father would say Ronald.
I got you.
Or should I say our father?
Yeah, I got you.
Would say Ronald. And, but yes, we do appreciate the Mr. Biggs character. And, R. Kelly is a very big Isley Brother fan, and he has a very strong instinctual understanding of our music. So it was great to have an opportunity to work with him on Down Low as well as Contagious and all that stuff. Mm. And, Ronald in the role of this Mr. Biggs character.
Right on, yeah. Let me ask you this. Now, I notice you're working with another artist by the name of Kim. I see you guys together quite often. Or is that someone you're working with these days, or what?
We just did a record with him, and we did a couple of shows around Christmas with Kim and Patti LaBelle, and of course it was fun. Anthony Anderson was there in the mix too, and now Kim is a very strong talent in his own right, and is pursuing his musical vision and destiny. So, and he's an Isley Brother fan too. So, it was great to have him in the mix, and vice versa.
Yeah, I don't think you can look at. Yeah, you guys got a hell of a fan base. There's no question about that. It's generation after generation.
Yeah, that's part of the divine grace and blessing, and the fact that we love music and we're able to change, so that some people, know the Isley Brothers by way of, say, Fight the Power, and other people know them by way of This Old Heart of Mine, got on earlier. Some know, all the way back to Shout. So it's great to have the cross-generational thing, and, the song Shout is at weddings and bar mitzvahs and birthday parties and movies all over the place, Sister Act, Animal House, and on, basketball games, football games. It's like perhaps the number one rock and roll anthem that everybody knows or has sung.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this here. Now, notice you guys was on T-Neck record label. Did you guys own that label?
Yes. When after Shout was a hit, my older brothers moved the rest of the family, myself included, to New Jersey, and there were two towns that we lived in. One of them was Englewood, New Jersey, and the adjacent town was Teaneck. Mm-hmm. And Teaneck was where Rudolph and Ronald had homes. And they got this idea early on to have T-Neck Records for, amongst other things, creative control, to be able to call the shots in terms of whatever the single would be, and all things associated with, the production of record and our music, and it gave us overall greater control, and it also was a big boost for everybody that lived in Teaneck, New Jersey, which I later found out. They'd have our label literally on their notebooks in school,
Mm-hmm.
and in their dorm rooms, and et cetera. Wow, I found out. I was like, y'all, that was going on then? It's like, yeah, man. It's like, wow, we didn't know that folks had embraced it like that. But it was wonderful to discover that.
Are you still on the label today, or did it get bought up by somebody?
It got folded into Legacy, which is a part of Sony.
Okay.
Sony Incorporated, Sony Records.
Okay. And another question I want to ask you too. It was something that was on my mind that I wanted to ask you, and well, you know how that is. I'm really enjoying enjoying this interview.
Oh, me too. It's great therapy, man. You have a chance to talk about some things that ordinarily people don't know, especially when it comes to history.
Right.
And the music business. We were in New York once when Biggie Smalls had out I Love It When You Call Me Big Papa. And so we had heard the station there, top station, said, we don't play too many old school, but we play, one of the folks we do play is Isley Brothers. And we played Between the Sheets, And not too long after we played it, a caller came in. Oh, yo, man, look, I want to know why the Isley Brothers decided to put lyrics on Biggie's song. I don't think that shows any kind of respect. You know what I'm saying? And the guy started laughing. He said, "Look, brother, hold on. What you do is you go down to Virgin Record Store in New York, and you go through the CDs. You come to the letter I. You'll see Isley in there. You find Between the Sheets, and you'll see that Between the Sheets came out in 1983, and Biggie copied them. They did not copy Biggie. Oh, okay, man. Peace out. They're correct. So people don't know. They just don't know the history, and the way the business is now. They don't talk about the history so much, but. Gwen Stefani did a version where she used Between the Sheets. Foreplay did a version of Between the Sheets. Tons of people have used that as a sample and had a hit with it.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie's, was as big as a hit as our version, as our record was. Biggie came out and his was bigger. Thanks, Big.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of and that's Ice Cube used Footsteps in the Dark on Today Was a Good Day.
Mm-hmm.
Bones Thugs and Harmony used Make Me Say It Again, Girl on See You at the Crossroads. Aaliyah, did At Your Best You Are Love. We never released that as a single, and it has a very strong emotional connection to her. So our stuff has been sampled and recorded, re-recorded, and unless you're a connoisseur or you have that connoisseur thing about you to trace stuff down, you wouldn't know. Like, oh yeah, that's Isley. Twist and Shout, that's Beatles. No, that's Isley. Jimi Hendrix, he lived in their house. What? What, are you making this up? No, this is not mythology.
Yeah.
This is actual history, man. Shout, that's Otis Day and the Nights. No, that's Isley. Yeah. You mean the song in Animal House and Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg dressed as a nun? Man, that's Isley Brothers, man. That's where you can go back, all the way back to the root. That's where you'll find them guys. And we're that's a lot of divine grace over us for that to happen.
And that's one reason
we're
why.
Grateful.
Oh, yeah, and that's one reason why on this program I do it every Saturday night, 3 hours, and I try to, get interviews with guys like you, Charles Wright, and some of the other guys.
Mm-hmm.
And thank God I've been successfully able to reach some of you all.
Yeah.
And because for this reason, so people will know, wait a minute, we didn't just drop out of the sky.
Right.
That is a continuation here,
That's right. I mean, that's the whole reason for the association with R. Kelly was R. Kelly's mother, her favorite group, Isley Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what he was hearing growing up.
Right.
And, when we happened to meet him, he met Ronald first. And, we decided to do something together. And the first thing was the Mission to Please. And part of that was recorded in Florida, in Miami. And one day, Ronald and I came in the studio, and he was playing this track and said, Ronald, I was wondering if you would, sing a little something on here, hum on it, about, Down Low. And it's Down Low? Is that? Yeah, it's going to be on, the next R. Kelly record. I was wondering if you would. And Ronald said, yeah, okay. And he said, hey, Ernie, would you play some guitar or something, And I said, yeah, man, no problem. And we completed that, or we were in the midst of completing it, and then he said he had this idea for a video that involved this character, Mr. Biggs. And he was wondering, and he paused, Ronald, I'm wondering if you would, be in the video as this character, Mr. Biggs. And Ronald said, okay. And it was like the 4th of July and Christmas in the studio. His enthusiasm was like, man, this is going to be the bomb. This guy, Mr. Biggs, I'm in the video too, and I'm working for him, and he's got this lady, and I'm supposed to be his bodyguard. And, so I go shopping with his girl, and me and the girl start, have a thing going on, and then I get in trouble, and, he winds up whooping me up in the desert. And I go, what is he talking about? But when they did the video, and, I was like, wow, came out with the record was a hit, and then the video was like, oh, man, that was a whole nother dimension. And, people discovered the Isley Brothers and Ronald through that, association. And then later on we did a song called Contagious that was R. Kelly's song too. He wrote it, and the video was like, I've seen your face somewhere before. No, I don't think so. It's like, yes, I have. but they never he never let the character catch on. But it's been quite a combination.
Good.
And the music and videos with that thing.
I'm going to tell you what, we're going to take another break here, and I tell you what do you want to hear this shot?
Since I was talking about it, you should play Contagious.
That's what I was thinking about, too.
Yeah. Because that shows the R. Kelly, Isley brother connection.
Right. You're listening to Classic Blues here on a Saturday night with Sir Henry here. Our guest on the live line is none other than Mr. Ernie Isley. You're listening to Classic Blues and R&B here on AM 1690 WVON.